my dear professor. I am Xuchenglin, and my topic is a study on local marketing strategies of multinational fast food companies. Take the case of KFC. This is the agenda. And marketing strategy research in China must be rooted in the practice of China's market economy, and the entry of multinational catering companies presents a rare learning opportunity for Chinese caterers. Many scholars and industry insiders have discussed, reflected, and compared, studied the development history and operational characteristics of foreign catering enterprises, and summarized the successful experience of some well-known multinational catering enterprises in terms of operational and management, which have provided many worthwhile experiences for the development of Chinese catering enterprises. Taking this as a starting point, this paper analyzed the motives for the implementation of localized marketing strategies by studying the multinational enterprises in their internationalization, and takes KFC as an example to study the reasons for their implementation of localized marketing strategies in China. The purpose of this paper is to grasp the basic ways in which multinational food and beverage enterprises implement localized marketing strategies in China through the study of their localized marketing strategies, to find out what is the worth learning from them, and to make suggestions for the local operation and the national marketing of Chinese food and beverage enterprises. And the food is one of the most important things in people's daily lives, without any doubt. And the Chinese Cuisine Association defines the catering industry as business units that provides customer with beverage, food, dishes, consumption place, and equipment and facilities through production and processing. The catering industry is defined as catering service establishment for commercial profit, and an industry that provides food and beverage consumption services to customers by means of food processing and production. The research background is, as the economy becomes more global, the pace of internationalization of enterprises is gradually accelerating, and the trend of internationalization of competition is becoming more and more obvious. So the Chinese industry, Chinese food industry must have catch the rapid development of the economics. The research objectives and the questions. The thesis focus on the localized marketing strategy of the KFC, of the multinational fast food companies as KFC. The first research objective was to discern the current state of restaurant marketing, both nationally and internationally. The second is to analyze the KFC's localized marketing strategy, and the third is to analyze the current state of localized marketing strategies. Fourth objective is to explore the problems and the causes of localized marketing strategies. And fifth is to explore the ways of exploring marketing strategy. And sixth is to bring inspirations and reference to the domestic fast food enterprises. Questions is research question: what the KFC's localized marketing strategies? What is the current state of that? And what are the problems of that? And what are some ways to improve the current strategy? And what can we learn from the KFC's marketing strategy? The gaps identified. This is the gap identified. And this is the theoretical and conceptual framework of this thesis. And the research methodology. Population, based on the needs of the study, we did a survey mainly on the KFC consumers and the restaurant staff, and we got 200 questionnaires. The variables, the independent variables, the age, gender, occupation, education, and dependent variables are the evaluation of dining and the frequency of dining by consumers of different age groups and gender. This research used a questionnaire, which is very popular in China. It's called the questionnaire star. And the analysis we use a stratified random sampling method so that the sample was drawn from a wide and representative range of consumer categories, enhancing the validity and the authenticity of the sample. The hypothesis is that the Chinese food and beverage market have a complex structure, with obvious differences and high variability, and the overall marketing level of Chinese market is not high compared with the national market. So, with the continuous development of the economy and the improvement of people's living standards, the Chinese consumers are becoming more and more rational in their consumption and are beginning to focus on their healthy eating. Thus, KFC's localized marketing strategy have some guidance and reference significance and for the global marketing of Chinese enterprises and the local marketing category enterprises. Mm, the innovation in the of products of fast food companies is paramount. Competition is fierce, and the American multinational fast food companies must attract a wide range of customers to their attention and make their industry highly competitive. It requires high frequency differentiation strategies to be developed in order to meet freshness of consumers. So for example, research have shown that Chinese consumers would like to see a fresh prawn burger added to the range of burger available. So this can be considered when creating new burgers. In this paper, the contribution based on the systematic research on localized marketing strategies, taking KFC as example, we will carry out an in-depth study of how to implement localized marketing strategies in China and mm, and which are of a great reference. And our research conclusion is of our great reference to China's overseas enterprises in their local experience and decision making. And the limitation is mainly on this paper only focused on research on the basic methods of marketing for multinational catering companies to implement localization in China. Many convenience need to be further deepened and developed. There are abound a lot of problems, and there is a great room for improvement. And this is the reference of my study. Thank you. Thank you for your listening, Professor.